Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Quarantine Crawl, sponsored by the Drunken Slattern. I'm here tonight at the Terrace Lounge, and I've brought some of my friends in. Let's bring them in, and everybody can introduce themselves. So, I'm your host. I'm Isa McLaren. I'm the CEO of Three Furies Press. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm outdoorsy in that I like to drink on patios. Frey, you're next. Tell us who you are.
I am Freya Venadis. I am outdoorsy in that I would take my children out for what I call mandatory fun and force them to play in the backyard for an hour while I read a book during quarantine. I am currently a semi-stay-at-home mom, which means homeschooler, which means I'm drinking on the job.
Hi, Madison.
Hey, Madison. Thank you.
Jess?
Oh, hi, I'm here too. Hi, I'm Jessica. I am outdoorsy in the sense that I totally am not. I am so unoutdoorsy that I once got a sunburn in the rain surrounded by Irish people in Ireland. That's how albino and anti-outside I am.
You know,
That's
my
impressive.
favorite movie quote about outside came from someone named Jessica, too. She said, I hate outside.
We call it the blue room.
I'm outdoorsy in that I walk my dog.
So it's the blue room. Nobody can find the light switch, and some fucker keeps randomly turning off and on the fire sprinklers, and the thermostat has been lost forever. It's the blue room.
Okay, Al, your turn.
I'm Alice Kim McLaren, she, her, and I'm outdoorsy as in I once impulsively drove an hour and a half to go on a hike. I like the outside. We own 4 kayaks, and they're all my fault.
I don't know how this happened. Neither of your parents are outdoorsy.
Children rebel.
This is my workout tank top, actually.
My daughter is an extrovert, and the rest of us are huge introverts, and I genuinely feel for her in quarantine because it's driving her up the wall, across the ceiling, and down the other side.
I am suffering.
Alice, it looks like you're in a garden. If I didn't know better, you could be in your own terrace lounge.
Yeah. I have upwards of 30 plants in this apartment. My roommates are not pleased. They left me for 2 months, and now I have 30 plants, and that's their fault. This is a live bamboo plant that I have. I've propagated roughly 20 plants while they were away.
You know, if this is a problem, I can come over because I can just walk through the room and they'll all die immediately.
I have a green thumb and I'm scared of plants.
I am not really good at gardening mostly because it involves being outside and this thing called work, and the weather's never nice. What's good for growing plants is not good for me. But every year my kids would plant me a Mother's Day garden so I could have some tomatoes and basil and things like that. So I've got some herbs growing up here. I've got a big tub of basil, thyme, oregano, cilantro, catnip, rosemary, sage, and lemon balm.
That's a nice selection.
Yeah. It's not a lot of plants, but I figure for someone who doesn't really like to garden, it's more than enough.
We had a division of labor for a long time where my husband and I would go get plants, and I would pick them out and then keep them from dying. And that worked pretty well. There always had to be tomato plants, though, because to me, a tomato still warm from the sun, straight off the vine, tastes like summer. Aww. And my dad always grew tomatoes that never made it into the house since I lived there. And, as an adult, my husband would grow tomatoes that never made it into the house because my daughter and I lived there.
I'm growing baby tomatoes, and that's pretty much the same problem. Is I'll go, oh, this one's ripe, and this one's ripe, and this one, oh, what happened to your tomatoes? Thankfully, my husband doesn't like tomatoes, so he doesn't know what he's missing.
My husband cannot eat raw tomatoes. He doesn't like them anyways. They're too high acid. He can't eat oranges or drink orange juice or drink regular coffee either. He can only have.
I guess drinking straight acid is out of the question too.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
It really wakes you up in the morning.
Well, that's the thing. Is his favorite drink used to be Bloody Marys, so he's just pissed off about this, and I can't blame him.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'd be pretty pissed off too.
Wonder if the next few years there'll be something on the market like lactate, but for
Possible.
I think that's called the Tums.
Yeah, but you take that afterwards, don't you? Like one that coats the stomach beforehand is what I'm thinking.
Exactly. I
I
got him a cold brew kit for Christmas one year, and he messed around with it, but he couldn't get consistent results. And so about 6 months ago to a year ago, I took over and started making the cold brew. And I mean, I have a minor in chemistry, so I get consistent results.
So when you make cold brew, it's good shit.
I like to think so.
Alice, you got to tell them about that coffee drink that you were posting about in Discord. Coffee cubed or something?
The coffee squared. This is what I drink in the morning because I hate myself and I need caffeine. You take 1 part instant coffee, and apparently the recipe for this is 1 teaspoon, so don't actually take 1 part. Take a tablespoon of instant coffee, mix it with a tablespoon of powdered sugar.
Oh, I've heard about this.
A tablespoon of coffee, and you whip that, and you pour that onto your already made cup of coffee, and then you drink that, and then your roommate has like 1/3 of what you drink, and they start shaking. And you drink that every morning.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like exams in college.
Oh.
Well,
so this is slightly
in college.
This is slightly off topic. When I was in college, I did a Dr. Pepper and a Mountain Dew, or not a Mountain Dew, a full throttle energy drink, and I swear for an hour and a half, I could see through time. I was working. I had 4 classes that day, and I was working a 12-hour work shift that night. So it was pretty much from 8 a.m. until 3 in the morning or something like that. So I could see through time, and then I crashed so hard. Oh my God. I don't know how I got back to my dorm.
The most interesting date I ever went on, and it was a first date. We went to go see a movie, and the movie had actually left theaters that week, but we didn't know it. We'd accidentally looked at the previous day's times.
Oops.
So we ended up, for whatever reason, going to like a CVS or something, and I got like a 20-ounce Jolt Cola and a box of zebra cakes, and I ate all the zebra cakes and drank all the Jolt Cola and was just completely bouncing off the walls. But like it was just weird. Like everything went wrong. Like the place we were going to go eat dinner was full, and you had to have a reservation that night, and usually you didn't. Yeah, Rebecca's right. Rebecca's right.
That's,
yeah.
If you start your coffee in the morning, you might have a problem.
Rebecca.
I'll point out that I finished a large chai latte concentrate mix about 10 minutes before we started the show. So
my husband got me a
labeled high caffeine.
My husband got me a cold brew before he came home, so I am wired as well.
I have been known to just drink my cold brew with nothing in it.
Yep.
If I'm like in a hurry and have to leave. And it's passable. I don't like it because I do like my coffee with milk in it. But yeah, no. Y'all who are out there who have the Death Star coffee where it's powerful enough to destroy a planet and black like your soul, and you make the coffee ice cubes to put in it, more power to y'all. But I am just not that person anymore. It rips my stomach up too much.
I don't realize how strong my coffee is until other people have the brew I make, because I make my own cold brew too.
Yeah.
Until they have that, and you see their eyes start bulging out of their skull and going, "What the hell is in this thing?" It even worse.
It's so good though. I did have an ex-boyfriend once. I made him coffee before work. This was when I was working third shift, and he would get up, like, we would pass each other in the mornings when I came home from work and he was leaving for work. And I made him coffee one day because I was making coffee for my roommate too. And he looked at me, took a sip, and went, "Woman, are you trying to kill me?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" But apparently I made like the Godzilla variety of coffee, and I was like, I mostly drink tea. I don't know these things.
Mhm.
Well, you may know that I'm Scottish.
Oh yeah.
I know, right?
Slattern?
So
Wow.
I don't like tea. Can you imagine what it was like for me growing up in the household? And like when I was a kid and they'd give me tea, it would have lots of milk and sugar in it. And I was like, this isn't bad, but can we skip the tea part? I've never liked tea. And I think my parents were practically going to disown me. You know, what can I
No
say?
child of mine.
I know.
My daily
I
drinker
just heard
is
it like
Irish
tea.
breakfast. And my husband has looked at me before and been like, "Look, if you're going to drink something that mean and angry already, you might as well just drink coffee."
I
And I'm
like
like,
the description.
"But it's good stuff. I like it. It comes from Trader Joe's."
Can I say how disappointed I am when it says drinks
I
is
know.
the main bar? I'm like, but this isn't alcoholic beverages. We're talking about old, boring, fuddy-duddy drinks.
I'm sorry, I didn't make up here. I'll make up a new banner.
No, I'm teasing. I'm sorry.
We can talk about coffee and tea. I'm good with coffee and tea. I do have my own tea cabinet and need to like drink all of it.
You showed it off last time I was on here.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it. There you go. That's much closer. I like to have a warm milk before I go to bed at 7 p.m. every evening.
But Alice has learned drinking in my tradition, where I started mixing Tang with vodka, not pre-mixed Tang powder mixed with vodka, and that's how I made it through college.
That sounds really gross. And that's coming from a woman who in college also would have a mug of vodka and a glass of orange juice, okay? Oh my God,
sorry.
tequila
Keep that on
is
the
so
screen for a
gross.
second. Rebecca, sorry for interrupting there. Patron XO, it is coffee flavored tequila, and you better believe I do that. Carry on with your topic. I just needed to jump in and say that.
Pineapple juice, simple syrup, 2 shots of vodka. I finished my English final drink.
Do you remember
That
finishing?
sounds really good.
Atta girl.
It was pretty good. And then another controversial drink, leftover stale rosé wine, vodka. Just, you have to drink it. It's terrible, but it's there.
I'm not going to judge. So a friend of mine has a drink that he got Kotaku or something, Polygon, and it's called the Panty Dropper, and it's like the cheapest beer you can find, and really cheap gin or something like that. I forget what the ingredients are. It's 2 really cheap, really crappy ingredients, and it is delicious, and it will knock you up or out. Different meaning.
Well, it kind of depends where you know,
first one
with whom.
But look up the Panty Dropper.
My first child was almost called whiskey because that's how she was conceived.
I don't want to hear that story.
I mean, we could turn as red as your hair is right now if you wanted to.
It could be worse. My daughter came to me one day and said, "I saw you and Daddy on the couch last night, and you were naked and bouncing up and down, and I decided not to talk to you right then. You guys seemed busy." And I was like, "Yeah, adults do that sometimes." I hadn't realized all 3 of us were there the night my son got conceived.
Oh, it was a family bonding event. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I have no one to blame but myself.
My roommate's mom just made fun of me because I said I wasn't going to talk about threesome with my mom, and yet here I am talking about sex with my mom on a live stream.
I know how awkward it is when I'm talking with my mother about that kind of stuff. So let's change to any other topic to make it a little better.
So I'm drinking Cosmos.
Ooh.
Hang on.
I have a Moscow Mule this evening.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice. You look like you even have the copper mug.
I actually found this at Aldi for $3 yesterday, and I went, well, I need to own this because I love Moscow Mules. I love their mugs. I collect mugs. And it was $3.
Nice.
That's really nice. I am on a diet, so I have officially become the whitest white girl ever.
Ooh, is it pumpkin spice flavored?
Sadly, no. If they had pumpkin spice, I would buy it because I love pumpkin spice of the everything.
Hey.
What flavor did you get? Is that the black cherry one?
This one's raspberry. No, I do have black cherry and lime. I haven't tried those yet, though.
The black cherry is pretty good.
I always hated
Raspberry's
seltzer.
not bad.
That'd be amazing if I liked
All
seltzer.
right, Alice, what do you got?
This is a Long Island iced tea. Which is just any amount of vodka that I had and whatever was in my McDonald's cup from last night. In a mason jar with a straw. Because we're going for efficiency.
All right, so mine is made with this Cosmo. I don't know how old the juice was. It was in the fridge. But, what's it going to do? Ferment? Great. Makes the drink stronger.
As long as it's not orange juice.
But the only vodka I have was Spellcaster vodka made in Fuquay Varina.
Ooh.
Shout outs to our Spellcaster.
That sounds really cool.
Samples to my address at.
So to make up for the redneck vodka, I'm using crude bitters again. This one is Booty Raspberry and Plum. It's one of their limited edition ones, and it is really nice.
No, sorry,
I have a weird question, and this is about drinking, and this is about mixing, tea and booze. Has anyone else ever made Russian tea? I know it's like a Virginia thing for some reason.
Oh yeah,
heard of it?
I used to make it. Like, I'll make it in the winter. Russian tea with bourbon or whiskey in it is amazing. The only problem is it knocks you on your ass because it's hot. Like, it tastes really good, and then you're on the floor still wrapping Christmas presents.
Oh, look, hey, we got more people here.
Yeah, that's true.
Hi, Chris.
No.
Oh, God.
I disagree.
My best
drink of choice is whatever's available.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think I shared this story last time, but speaking of college and drinking, I always enjoy sharing this wonderful story with myself, and my now husband. So when I was first in college, he told me that jungle juice is wine spritzers. I went to a kegger and 6 jungle juices, and the next morning, as I was vomiting red onto the wall and staining it for the dorm, I discovered that is actually Everclear and fruit punch mixed together.
Yep.
And that is my jungle juice story. Don't drink jungle juice.
Yeah, really.
But the moral of the story is when you're in college and you poured in a storm.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. That's true. College, I used to take the man shot every week. My freshman year of college. And I may have told this story before. Every week we would have the gathering because we're cool. And it was the time of the gathering is nigh because I want you to understand how exceptionally cool we all were. And I would walk over from Meredith to my friends at State's dorm room. And we would open the gathering with the man shot. And the man shot was you took a bottle of Smirnoff Red Label, took a deep breath, turned it up, and drank until you were out of breath.
Wow.
I was one of only 2 women who got to take the man shot because it was the man shot, but we were more manly than most of the guys. So I want you to understand, like, that's just college, man.
That is amazing.
I was at a party drinking straight vodka, just shots of vodka. And these sorority girls came up to me and were like, ew, how can you do that? Like this. I had to show them like 3 times. That was good fun. I don't remember the rest of that evening.
Can I add on to my story?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I had forgotten something. So we would all drink, and this was always Saturday night. And we'd all sleep on the floor until Sunday morning. And the guys would all get drunk and go piss off the stoop. And one time I had to pee at the same time that they did. And they had all gone out to piss. Now, there were holly bushes underneath the stoop, but there was a railing. And they all turned around as I was pulling my pants back up because I grabbed the railing and hung my ass over the holly bushes and peed.
That's great.
And they literally, like, didn't see any of it. Like, they all turned around at right the moment where I'm like, pants are all the way up, zipping up, baby.
Nothing happened here.
Yeah, Rajine's correct.
What a privilege.
Of course I pissed off the stoop. Have you met me?
Yes. Yes, she has.
In college, a friend of mine funneled vodka the same way you would funnel beer, and promptly lost control of her legs for the evening.
Yep.
That was an experience.
Yep. There was one time I took a friend of mine with me to the gathering because she'd had like a really awful week, and she got drunk very fast, and I said, okay, nobody give Diana more beer, and walked out of the room with my boyfriend. So of course, like 3 people stuck bottles of beer in her hand, and
of course
it was bad, and she puked in my bed because I took her back to Meredith. And like a mutual friend of mine, because I had no roommate, a mutual friend of ours like stayed in the room with her, and I came home the next day and they were doing laundry and washing my sheets, and I was like, what the hell happened? She puked in your bed.
Aw.
And I was like, I'm so sorry. I did tell nobody to give you any more drinks. And she was like, yeah, that worked. That was really effective.
She can't blame you. I mean, she has more responsibility in this one than you do.
She was really drunk though. like there was a very specific reason. I was like, nobody give Diana any more to drink. This is not that. This is not good.
Good. I'm just watching Alice quietly sipping her drink.
I mean, I can tell. I have a party story.
Yes. Let's hear it.
You're still in college.
I am still in college. So this
statute of limitations might not be up yet.
We are not going to talk about that. But I'm most recent the person who's learned to do shots, and I did that at a house party. And someone handed me a plastic shot glass full of Fireball. This is the first time I'd done a shot, and I was making dead eye contact with this person, and I just downed it. And that is how I proved I'm not a little bitch. And do a shot.
Good on you. So I have a lot of college
everyone.
I unfortunately have a lot of college drinking stories because I was in a fraternity that also enjoyed alcohol.
Like so you do.
One of the like you do, and everyone has a story about the alcohol they don't drink anymore. I don't drink Goldschlager because the night of the crossover, where all the pledges became full members, was also my 21st birthday, and they were very, very eager to be drunker than I'd ever been before. So they got us, and they had me doing shots of Goldschlager. And at that time, there were 4 of us sitting on each other's laps, me at the very base of it. And I went up, and it went down across the backs of 4 poor ladies.
Oh,
and I have had Goldschlager since.
Mine is tequila. I had a friend, his girlfriend broke up with him the day before he was going to ask her to marry him. I had just turned 21.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, we'll drink. We went over to my then boyfriend's house, and I was like, we'll drink. And I was like, just tell me what to buy. And he said, I want tequila. And I went, okay, what should I get? I've never had tequila. And he said, El Toro. And I went, okay.
No.
Oh
God.
God.
No. We did not have shot glasses.
Tequila.
We were pouring double shots. And we started drinking after Rocky. So it's like 3:00 in the morning when we started. He puked
You
first.
can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
This is true. He puked first.
My mantra for 2 months.
He outweighed me by at least 100 pounds. I puked like so long. It was so awful. I can't even smell. I can't stand the smell of tequila.
Hi, welcome
It's
to the
been 20
Terrace, where we talk about our nightmare drinking experiences. Isis McLaren,
Feel
who's
free
up
to
here.
add in your own nightmares.
Up here is our host for this evening. She tells you how she vomited green on St. Patrick's Day.
Ooh.
Oh no! Really?
Gabby, no.
Yeah, they do. They do. I
No,
literally
really,
drank like 12
That's
freaking
right. I
shots
don't
of
have one
tequila
of
that night. It was bad. It was real bad.
I don't drink tequila, but I also don't have one of those stories. Not yet.
Yet being the operative word.
I'm almost out. I'm gonna have to text my roommate to bring me something else.
I have a drink on the counter I need to grab, but
See, I was
I might need
smart.
a-
I brought the whole damn pitcher out here.
you're
I know
very
what I'm
smart.
doing.
Maybe somebody's thinking ahead. And it's Isa. Okay.
I do a
ladies,
lot of
I'm
these
gonna let
shows.
you decide, should I drink lime or black cherry?
Black cherry.
Black cherry.
Black cherry.
Ugh. All right, I'll put the lime
Let's
back
set up
because
a
that's the
poll.
one I'd grab. I can be flexible. I forgot to grab the grapefruit.
I actually have a mixer set of Malibu. That thing, like malt
Oh,
beverages.
that is good.
They are pretty tasty.
Great
Yeah,
choice.
good job.
Well,
It has flavor.
Yeah, I was never a seltzer water drinker. And then the last 2 times that I have been drinking, I've been drinking vodka with seltzer water. And
Oh God.
No.
Can we get Rebecca
actually-
in on this
Rebecca, can
chat?
we
'Cause I
hang
wanna
out
hear
again?
Stories.
please. I had a roommate who once, like, she was given some new plates and we had a friend come over and they're like, she's like, look at my new dishes. Aren't they pretty? And the friend like picks it up and holds it and is like, these are nice. They'd really hurt if you bash somebody over the head with them. And I'm like, this is why we're friends. This is why we're friends.
I have been known to go into people's houses and pick up things and go, "Ooh, this will make a great murder weapon."
Oh, I cry. I text everyone I have ever met that I love them, and then I cry.
Oof.
Every time. It's every time. There are people in this chat who will vouch for that.
Isa, have I ever shown you this?
Is that your sword?
Holy shit, that's sexy.
This is an African sword cane. It was my grandfather's.
Wow.
Being my grandfather, it was probably a gift to him. He lived in Africa for a long time. One of my uncles was born there.
Cool.
And when they were going through the stuff after my grandmother died and giving me something to remember my grandparents by, that is incorrect. Also, nothing says I love you like cold hard steel. Says the woman whose greatest pickup line was always, "You want to see my swords?"
Hey,
My
baby.
roommate has a sword.
Thank you for the
Yeah,
eyebrow lift. No, I used to do live steel combat.
Cool.
Like, yeah, I was
That's
part of a reenactment group and I did live steel combat. So
Nice.
some of my
Sorry,
swords
that
are
was your
more
Facebook
functional than
photo for a
others.
while, wasn't it?
I did take European martial arts lessons for a while, but I never graduated past the foam sword.
I remember
I have a
beating
foil.
the shit out of my siblings with the foam sword. Good time.
Oh, yeah,
got
we
my
had
daughter
an
we got
entire
my daughter a
arsenal
foam
of
sword
Nerf
when she was
weapons.
2, and she used to use it to kill the monsters under the bed.
That's cute.
So,
I did use it to kill my brother. It was
well,
really
yeah,
easy to hit.
that's what siblings are for.
Okay, so one of my proudest parenting moments. My kids started
Totally
playing
break out the spirit here.
World of Warcraft like at age 5, right?
Right,
So,
like you do.
and we have an entire arsenal of Nerf weaponry. And one time we'd been to the state fair and got those big blow up swords. We had enough weapons that everybody could dual wield. And we got in this big sword fight. It was me against all the kids. They slaughtered me. I fell to the ground dramatically. Grace bends down and loots my body. It was so awesome.
Yes,
I remember that.
That is perfection.
Right.
No. What I was saying about the sword is like my parents go through my grandparents' house and they're going through all of the art because they lived all over the world. He was cultural attaché, all of these really neat things.
That's really
And they're like, what's the one thing that Freya would love to have from her grandparents that would be really symbolic and really very her? I got the Sword King.
Oh, your family
Nice.
gets you.
My cousin Michael, by the way, got the Zulu shield with the 2 spears, and I am jealous of that.
That's cool.
Literally, like that.
I just
that was
love
on
this so much.
that was on the wall at the
It's
ranch
never-
house for like years.
That's very cool.
It is actually. Well, he was also a big game hunter in Africa for many, many years. He had I have a couple of really good granddaddy stories. Like, he shot a lion once, but he shot the lion because it was mauling his friend. He took pictures. He took all of these photographs. And he took pictures of the natives, which you didn't do at the time. This was in like the 40s and 50s. And so a lot of these are tribes that are not living like that anymore. He was really well known because he would always get a native guide. He wasn't, if it was a bonus if he could understand them, but he didn't have to because they had something so in common, and that was hunting. He also got in trouble during apartheid in South Africa because he had a houseboy who was a Zulu, and he taught him how to be a mechanic, how to be a car mechanic, which was illegal. And when told that that's illegal, he just sort of shrugged and went, "The man can do the work."
Fair enough.
Yeah. Probably my 2 favorite granddaddy hunting stories are he was in charge of providing all of the meat for this. I guess it was like a plantation or something. And they had some dignitary come through who was like, "I'm a big game hunter." My granddaddy went, "Okay." And they went hunting for water buffalo because they were meat hunting. And the guy's like, "I'm going to do this. I'm going to kill it." My granddaddy goes, "Okay." And the guy shoots at the water buffalo and hits it right between the eyes. And the water buffalo charges. Because they have these ridiculously thick skull plates right there. And that's the one place
Seen that in person.
Yes. And Granddaddy looks at him and is like, "You done? You want me to handle this?" And the guy goes, oh my God, kill it. And Granddaddy like gets down on one knee, takes careful aim, shoots it through the heart. It drops dead at the guy's feet 4 feet away. And Granddaddy's like, "Are you sure you don't want me to do the rest of this for you?"
Damn, that's cool.
By the way, he also has got me my first library card and changed all of his grandkids' diapers.
Nice.
Yes, he also, I remember, he would repair his own shoes. He would have leather shoes and he would fix them. And I remember one time he was doing that, and my stuffed animal dog got a hole in the seam, and he got out an actual surgical needle, the curved needle, and sewed up my dog with suture.
That's so sweet.
Yeah,
I like the well-roundedness.
Yeah, he was very much a character. He, if you were reading a book that was under 1,000 pages, he thought you weren't really trying. He had a really thick Texas accent, and people thought that he was exceptionally dumb because he had this really thick Texas accent and didn't talk very much. He was a spy. His first language wasn't even English, it was German.
Damn.
He had to learn English to go to school. And he learned enough to get by in a week.
I had to learn American to go to school.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Your family's Scottish.
Yeah. I had a really thick accent until about 2nd grade.
That would have been so cute.
Yeah. And for the longest time, I thought I was born in Philadelphia, and all my parents' friends were Scottish. So for the longest time, I thought a Philadelphia accent was the same as a Scottish accent. And like in college, I met somebody from Philadelphia, and I'm like, you don't talk right. That's wrong.
Something's wrong with this picture. I'm not sure what it is.
You don't sound like you're from another country.
Oh, right. I don't have any granddad stories. Apparently the nice grandfather, he died well before I was born, and the other grandfather, according to my father, was a real drunken bastard. So I don't have any stories. Both of Alice's grandfathers were dead before she was born.
My other grandfather is still alive. My other grandmother is also still alive. She's 101 and he's 99.
Damn.
I don't they're my dad's
grandparents. But I have 7 grandmothers and either 3 or 4 grandfathers. I have to think about that one. I think 3 grandfathers.
That's
3.
Okay, divorces, right?
No. So my
conjoined twins.
My family is a freaking soap opera, which I will not get into. You're welcome. But for that regard, on one side of my family, it's just the two, my grandmother and my grandfather. They divorced. I met my father's father once. He was a horrible asshole, and may he rot in hell, which is what even his children say about him.
Well, damn.
Yeah, stories.
Charmer.
The other side of my family, I have my mom's birth mother, the woman who raised her, but once her mother died. Oh, please don't put me on full camera. That's distracting. Bye. I have my mother's birth father, the person who raised her. So that's 3 grandfathers, and we're at 2 grandmothers. Then we have the 3rd grandmother, the one that he remarried because he eventually came back in the picture. The next woman he married once his wife died, my adopted grandmother, who the adopted grandmother actually got really close with her. And then once his other wife died, another one. So I'm sorry, I have 6, not 5. So 6 and 3. I collect grandparents. Oh, I lied. And my husband's grandmother, who was in my life longer than any of my actual grandparents, and I absolutely count her. She was wonderful until last year, unfortunately.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
She was like 93. She was wonderful, but she lived a very rich, full life and died in her sleep.
We went to Texas in February because I wanted to ensure that my son met the grandfather that he is named for.
Aww.
One of the 2. His first name is my husband's father's name, and then his middle name is my father's name.
That's sweet. Give me 1 second. My dog is finally letting me know it's time to go inside again.
I got 1 grandparent. That's it. I only got 1.
When my daughter was born, she had 5 living great-grandparents.
Come on, Alice. You met your father's mother. You were 6 weeks old. You must have remembered it.
Now, when I was born, I had 2 living great-grandmothers. When I married my husband, he had a great-grandmother when he was born, too. I was like, dude is going to live a long time, and I'm going to live a long time. I better be real sure that I marry this motherfucker.
So, Griffin's, everyone on his mother's side of the family,
Oh, she froze.
I did.
Yes, you did.
Everyone on his mother's side of the family, freeze.
Sorry. everyone on his mother's side of the family lives forever. His grandmother was like 97, or sorry, his great grandmother was 97. His grandmother was 92 or 93. So I've said, I better be really nice to your mother-in-law because she's going to outlive you, and we're going to have to get along until she's at least 130 at this rate. So
Yeah,
they live a while.
Yep.
Thankfully, we get on really well. I adore my mother-in-law. There, it's on the record
good.
now.
When my grandmother died, they
okay.
discovered she'd been lying about her age. She was actually 4 years younger than everybody thought.
Wow.
She didn't lie to make herself younger. She lied to make herself older.
Interesting.
Way back a long time ago, like when she wanted to get a job, and it just sort of stuck.
Yep, I've heard of that.
That's a mood.
Yeah, that is a big mood.
Like 2 years older.
Let me see. My parents now are 74 and 72. So
my mother might be watching this, so I will not say her age on camera.
My parents are not watching this.
Alice's mother is 57.
What?
Yeah.
I hear Alice's mother is looking wonderful for her age, though.
She is. I didn't think Alice's mother was anywhere near that age.
The only reason I know that is like the year I met you, or around that time you had your big 50th birthday, and I'm doing the math, and that makes sense. Also, holy crap, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Alice was one of the caterers for that.
Nice.
Oh my god, I was like a child when we did that. Yeah, my
I am going to be turning 42 again on Tuesday.
I do remember that.
I've decided that I'm going to be the answer to life, the universe, and everything until I die. I don't care anymore.
That's nice.
Everyone can kiss my ass.
Have you seen that meme going around talking about how Douglas Adams had it right that the apocalypse would be held with like a towel in your sweatpants?
I have not, but that's accurate as fuck.
Yep. Here's the apocalypse, and I've been wearing.
Yes,
I'm actually wearing jeans right now because my sleeping pants are in the wash.
I hate to say this, but I'm wearing a bra.
bathrobe, and I can't get the hang of Thursdays. Yeah, I think he was right.
Yeah, exactly. Never could get the hang of Thursdays.
I do know where my towel is.
I do know where my towel is. It's damp, and so it's currently hung over the bathroom.
I'm so prude. I knew where my kids' towels were because I had them all fucking monogrammed with their names.
I've been hearing that joke for like 20 fucking years.
I'm so sorry.
The monogramming seems like a lot of effort, and I am not the person to put that much effort in.
Land's End did it, and
not
it was
a monogram.
Like $2 more than the regular, and I had their names spelled out on each towel.
That would be cute.
Yeah.
Spelling out the name is not a monogram.
Fine, it's not a monogram. It's your fucking name, all right?
We're personalized. Look, I was raised in North Carolina. I know what a goddamn monogram is.
This is true. I didn't learn what a monogram was till I moved to North Carolina. So
is that a North Carolina thing? Because they do that in Jersey all the time. You see everyone's car with like
it depends on. It's in a couple of different places because I know they do it in New York City too, and it's really prevalent in Virginia. So
I just make shit in my house that has AKR on it, which is a great monogram for me.
My brother-in-law and sister-in-law, when I was pregnant with Potato, gave me a hooded baby towel, and it's a unicorn, and it is the girliest thing, and I love it, and I put it on him, and it's so freaking adorable. I dress my son in pink, and people tell me what a beautiful little girl I have, and I'm like, thanks, his name is Fred.
Pink is a nice, strong color.
Baby.
Blue is very delicate and for girls.
He's a toddler.
Yeah, they don't care.
He doesn't care. And it's so funny because at the daycare, because I refused to cut his hair, they put him in a man bun. It is the funniest thing in the world. And I put him in, I do like the little top of the head ponytail. I'll finally like put it a little farther back so he doesn't look, quite so much like Bam Bam. But I'm like, he's 2.
Well, I
You may
color
have
coded the
fucked
twins to help
these.
me tell them apart right when they were born.
Yeah, but that's different. That's twins.
Yeah, and not
So-
only is it twins, it's not saying boy is blue,
That's true.
girl is pink. It's not
One
saying that
was-
at all. It's just easier
Right.
color
One
coding.
was
That's like
in
finger trails.
pink and purple all the time, and the other one was in yellow and green until she was about 2, and then said she was never wearing green again. And I don't think she has ever worn a green again.
I want everyone to guess who's who.
You were pink and
I'm
purple.
guessing you're the girl twin.
They're both girl twins. With my daughter,
Yeah.
my mother and my
In my
mother-in-law
defense, you
would
did say
buy
it wasn't
all of
the
these clothes for her, and they were all fucking pink. And after she was like 9 months old, finally we looked at them and we were like, please, no more pink. Purple is fine. Green
Pink
is
is
fine.
a very
Blue is
impractical
fine.
color. It gets
Red is
dirty
fine.
easy.
Just well, I hate pink. Her room, by the way, is pink. When we bought this house, she got to pick her own color for her room, and she and my husband picked it out. And I was like, "Oh, it's a nice shell pink." No. It is Barbie fucking pink. And
Let her know
picked
she
it
has
out.
to deal with that till she's 30.
No, she's probably going to repaint it in about a year or 2. My husband has already given his approval because she's decided her favorite color is blue. It's Elsa blue, but it's blue. But my favorite color was always blue too. I remember being like 6 and my friends talking to me about it because they had an intervention because my favorite color was blue. And I would, no. I added purple to my favorite colors, but I would not do pink.
Oh my God, are you me? So for the longest time, it was blue, purple. And actually, my favorite color is
It's blue, purple, and green.
cerulean. Thank you very much. But my other
Cerulean,
favorite
okay.
color, my other favorite color is neon pink, like that pink that starts to give you a headache if you look at it for too long. That is my favorite color.
I am the only person I know. I look fantastic in neon colors. It is some weird effect with the fact that I am ridiculously fucking pale and blonde, and like something about my skin tone, eye color, hair color combination.
Damn.
I look really good in neon colors. And as a kid in the 80s, this was glorious.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really, really pink. If you need me to walk into that room, I can. This is my bedroom. My wall is blue.
That's pretty pink.
That's pink.
This is my garbage can.
It's close to that, honestly. Like
Blue is my least favorite color.
I remember looking at that color and being like, okay, it's like a kind of a pale shell pink. That's okay. It's a little, it's pink, and I don't like pink, but it's okay. It is, oh my God's pink.
Now every time you go in her room, it's cringe.
No, I've gotten used to it.
Why do I have this craving for Pepto-Bismol?
This room gives me a stomach
but as some of you know, I do a lot of paintings, and she has gone with me. And there was one really cool painting I did, and I can't remember the name of it right now. But she was in love with it, and she couldn't go do it because she was too young. It was too late at night. And I bought the painting because they do a demo painting, and then they would sell it for $20 and give the money to charity. I was talking to the guy who did the painting, and he was the guy who had originally made this painting. And it's a really cool painting. I absolutely love this painting. And I looked at him and I was like, the little boy in the boat looks like Goku from Dragon Ball. And he was like, oh shit, it does. My husband started reading Dragon Ball to my daughter as a bedtime story when she was like 4 or 5. She loves Dragon Ball. She absolutely loves Dragon Ball. She's watched all of Dragon Ball and all of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. And yeah. He turned the little boy in the boat into Goku with the Super Saiyan flames around him and put the Dragon Balls around him.
Nice.
It's the most awesome epic painting. And it's hanging on her wall next to like a picture of cherry blossoms and Van Gogh's water lilies that she did.
Nice. As if you do another one of these, you could do like the art gallery as your next location to do like the premiere of my art what collection, whatever it's
I
called.
will say,
And we can
if
all show off
anyone-
our pieces of work. I could show my Futurama stuff. I could broadcast from the bathroom.
I am actually doing a painting on Wednesday night. The painting studio that I love to go to is doing a live interactive event, and it's called Sakura, and it's cherry blossoms, and Podling and I are doing it together. And that's what I'm doing for my birthday this year.
Oh, happy birthday!
Nice.
Thank you. I'm painting cherry blossoms with my offspring.
Cool.
I
So
did a cherry blossom
is it-
tree last year with the moon. This time it's just a branch with the moon.
So a question about our lovely title below. Is it fucking Barbie, the action pink, the color of fucking Barbie, or is
No,
it
it's really Barbie
pink?
fucking pink. Like the Barbie and the fucking are out of order.
Okay, Barbie. So Barbie is fucking pink. Ooh, like pink with the exclamation mark? Because I would like to see. Go
Seriously,
on.
do I need to walk over into that room so you can see this
I
color?
already did catching my reference. Okay.
I mean, it's a mess, but because she is my kid.
Don't worry about it.
No, like my goal for myself is that I have to clear the dining room table off enough that I can set up 2 easels and 2 laptops so we can do this. That is correct. The Barbie and the fucking are still out of order though.
No, yeah. Now it has to be Barbie fucking pink.
Right,
Go on.
right.
Yes.
Art talk is
Sorry.
reminding me of a gift I got from my roommate best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I missed that. Say it again.
All this art talk is reminding me of a gift my roommate gave me, which is a collection
Rajit is
of
incorrect.
Jesus Christ. I lean forward and I have been drinking, y'all. But my roommate gave me
After one drink, you're a little lightweight. You're adorable.
She's
I
drinking
didn't tell you I
LIT.
poured
Come
an
on.
inch and a half of vodka in here, right? Like it was a lot of vodka.
9%.
I would, Jessica, the difference in the
No
size
drink
between your
shaming.
glass and hers.
Look,
No
I'll
drink
go get
shaming.
my kegger cup and fill it with
Also,
vodka.
yeah,
and we'll go
I'm a
mano a mano. I'm Russian. Polish.
I'm a lightweight. That's what makes this fun and
I'm
efficient.
German, and I cannot drink like I used to, and I'm mad about it.
Yeah, no, I'm sort of getting to that point, unfortunately. My tolerance has, I lost a lot of weight, and my tolerance went along with it, and I missed that. Not the weight tolerance.
Oh. Yeah, since
I'm
No,
since
Regine,
I should
you
do
are
that.
you
Can I
are
say-
wrong, Regine. My
Regine
art
had
gallery would be
Go ahead.
filled with art, and the museum would be the one that was empty with just the hooks hanging in
this is
Can I
correct.
say
would
without
also
the
like
second
to.
sentence? Without the second sentence in there, that takes on a whole different meaning.
it.
Can we show it again and you can read it again properly?
No, Issa is the
No,
one to blame for the fact that I'm going and doing all of these paintings. Though I'd never done one
Aw.
before she asked me to go do one.
And that one is one of my favorites. That one hangs in my bedroom.
Mine hangs downstairs. I'm actually gonna move it so that I can put another one under it. I have like 4 that need to be hung right now.
I have 2 that I just moved that haven't been hung. I've been rearranging furniture today, and I'm like determined to
Damn
get
it,
those
Dort.
2 paintings up this weekend. Yes, he was helping. I moved bookcases around, and he decided he could jump from the top of the cat tree to the top of the bookcase to the top of the next bookcase, and then just sat there and looked so pleased with himself.
A Bach
It's a
does
big
that. A
discovery
Bach
day.
climbs the fucking windows. Little bastard.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen a cat do this. He doesn't climb like
You guys should
curtains.
donate to my
He climbs the window.
I'll help you out there, Alice.
What did I?
Donate to my GoFundMe to adopt the feral cat that's outside my house. His name is French Fry, and he is a feral cat, and I'm highly allergic to him.
Oh no.
Oof. I'll be right back.
But my roommate cousin is an artist, and she gifted me a set of the major arcana drawn in the style of Harry Houdini inspired pictures.
Oh, that's so
Which is
cool.
what I am holding.
Yeah, hold that
nice.
up closer. I want to see that.
Let me embiggen you. Here we go.
It's every card in the Major Arcana except for the Emperor. The Emperor is my card, and the Emperor is on my bulletin board. Do you guys want to pull a Major Arcana? I have 3 decks in this room, so if you guys pull a Major Arcana. I have my Marigold deck, which is death themed, and the Rider Waite deck, which is the traditional, and then I have just the Major Arcana, so you can pick a deck.
The death one. Pull me a death card.
All right, you have to forgive me a moment while I get it.
Ooh, and then the Tower. Well, I was going to get a refill, but I guess the 2 of us should hang out first, right?
We can take turns.
Ignore the fact that I tripped getting that. But
no one saw.
The Marigold deck. I have so many tarot cards. So, one, this is my favorite card. That's the Fool. It's all death themed, so I will shuffle, and I will pull you guys all a card. Because, this is what I do on my weekends. The other day, I pulled the Moon reverse, and then I was like, ooh, what does that mean? And it was like insomnia, and I was like, it's already 3 a.m, so thanks, Tarot.
Thanks for telling me what I know.
We didn't know. Gotta split this deck so you can get some reverse cards in there.
Got him off camera.
Yes, you are.
Bug is trying to die on me.
If I can do this for the camera in air.
I love the boobs used as a shuffle help.
I do that all the time, and I didn't realize until someone told me.
Wait, you do what all the time you didn't realize?
I shuffle cards on my boobs using it like a table, and I never realized I did it until someone called me out on it.
I have girl problems.
Okay, so let me just share this.
The cards are here.
So while you shuffle, speaking of busty girl problems, the only one who would have seen this would have been Isa, since we're Facebook friends.
I want you to look at
really
this very quickly.
Can I? You show how to talk. That's very cool.
Nice.
Yeah. That's awesome. Good
I've
choice.
done this, except it's my kids in the boat instead of, Goku.
Yes. So I'm very excited to say that Facebook really doesn't know me, because I'm constantly getting ads for childcare. I don't have kids, and religion. I'm an atheist. And apparently today I got one for the Itty Bitty Titty Committee mailing pack, where they will send really cute bras out to A cups and stuff. I'm like, wow, you guys do not understand who I am, and I'm totally cool with that.
Damn,
I have gotten, for whatever reason, all of these ads for transgender women's bras, and I'm like, you guys don't know me, and I must be doing something right.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know what my browsing patterns are to make you think these things.
What is this?
Tower. The Tower.
I can't pull the Tower on purpose, but
third
9
card.
of Cups. Who's first?
Me. What's that one mean?
Oh. Look, Googling it. I don't know all of them, but this is the 9 of Cups. In this deck, the cups are skulls.
That's
one of
so
my
pretty.
favorites.
That's
Oh
really
man,
pretty. I like that.
That's the Marigold deck, you said?
Yeah, this is a Marigold
I have
deck.
to look into that. That's beautiful.
I can remember 10. I can't remember 9 of Cups.
I've got 2 monitors, so
that's gorgeous.
So it was 9 of Cups upright, which is contentment, satisfaction, gratitude. So
Well, that's not me.
good things.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that's some fucking pessimist. Who wants the next card?
I want the next one, please.
All right.
One for Jess.
The 7 of Rings. So we've only pulled minor arcana. And that's, I think Rings is my Pentacles.
Should be.
Gotta remember all the different types of this deck.
Pentacles is earth, money, wealth, prosperity, but also bodily desires.
So, dropping $200 on that thing we talked about earlier today?
That would be accurate. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Alice, for your sake, we're not going to talk about what it was.
Oh,
Disappointingly, yes.
That'll explain it to you exactly, and everyone else.
Yep.
I don't need to hear
Homework
any
for me,
more
please?
about
Exactly. But well
one
done.
for Fran.
But Seven of Rings was sustainability and investment. So terrible.
Oh, BS.
I did not want to learn that about y'all. Freya, you got the Seven of Cups.
Ooh,
Really nice one.
that's pretty.
I've got my cheat sheet open in the other page.
It's been so long since I read cards.
Yeah, I used to read tarot until I had a really, really tough reading, and I just couldn't do it anymore. But I never memorized what they all meant. I was really good at palms for.
Wishful
I was way
thinking,
too accurate and freaked people the fuck out.
illusion.
Sorry?
I won't read them for other people. I'm sorry?
I read it for my brother once, and my brother is an actual sociopath in the hospital. We will not get into that. But I pretty much read that 15 years before anything happened, and it freaked me the fuck out, and I never touched a card again. And when all that stuff came to pass, I'm like, wow, that's not surprising. No wonder it freaked me out.
Opportunities and choices. I did the first reading I did with Sir Grace, and I believe I pulled the Hangman, the Devil, and Death all in the same ride. It was hilarious.
That's pretty great.
Fun.
Ten of Wands, and the wands are flowers.
Beautiful.
So
Yeah, that's
card
nice.
again,
I'm gonna
Alice.
probably go buy this afterwards.
10 of Wands.
Dang,
It was
that's nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
A
I
birth-
like your
a
deck.
birthday or Christmas present from Grace.
Rebecca, you can find me on Isa's friend list. Send me a message, and I'll tell you all, and even give you a link.
Are
Yeah,
you
Jessica,
kidding
I
me?
need to actually be friends with you because we get along way too well.
I might consider that. I will explain why I don't really do Facebook in general after, like in the backstage. So if I say no, don't be offended because I have like 30 friends, and I really wish I could cut it even lower.
Awesome.
Yes,
I pretty much only will friend people that I know in real life.
I only friend people who invite me to things, or I invite to things and they like trickle it down to other people, because that seems to be the preferred method of invitations. Otherwise, I'm pretty much just my husband's secretary, and I hate social media. So what I'll usually do is give you every possible way to reach me and say, do not use Facebook. I hate social media.
Look, I'm
She
a
says on
millennial.
social
I'm
media.
on Facebook.
Would
with my
you
mom.
want to come painting with me?
Possibly.
I
not
know
this
that.
Wednesday,
I
but
like
I think I would. I like that stuff. That'd be fun.
10 of Wands, by the way, means hard work in my future, so that's fun.
Yay!
That's fun for me.
Don't
Are you
you
done with
still have
this?
exams to go through?
There you go. We translated the card.
I don't know what of my siblings are on the chat, so no.
I am exceptionally
At
proud
some
of
point, Grace is
myself.
here.
I had my final exam last week.
Yeah?
I got a 92 on it. I was exceptionally salty because
So I saw.
it dropped my grade in the class to a 94.7.
Oh my God, you're that person.
No,
I'm not calling your friend
it's an intro.
now.
It's an intro class. It's an intro class. And
What are you in school for?
Oracle database.
Okay, cool.
Oh, this
in
is
my
the one I'm
opinion-
doing on Wednesday.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
Ooh.
all of my classes should have given me a C- or better, and the one teacher who did not give me a C- can go eat an entire penis. Like, fuck that guy. I needed a
Why not an entire bag of them? Whole big bag of dicks.
to pass this class. He gave me a D. I hate this man. I have to retake the course.
D is for degree, babes.
No, a C- is C is for degree.
Oh my God, that was my college motto. Or should have been.
C- is what I needed for this.
It took me
towards
4
my
tries to
major.
pass calculus.
Physiology.
However, I took
of the human
statistics and SAS programming because it was fun.
I just needed a C-. I got an 88 in the human physiology lab course, but he couldn't have rounded it up to a C-. I have dropped my tarot cards everywhere.
Seriously? With an 88, he couldn't round it up? What the fuck, man?
But it was a lab and a path. A lab and
That's usually how they are. It's usually a 4-hour course.
He should just have given me a C-. He never has to see me again. Like, the reason I got a D is because we only took 2 exams before classes went online. And so I essentially got a 50 reasons in a row because, you know,
pandemic.
How do you study physiology online?
Like Pornhub.com.
No.
Physiology.
Pass.
Never mind. That would have been a really funny joke if I understood what physiology was and got it correct initially.
Anatomy.
Any physiology?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I started in
that would have been fucking hilarious if I got it right.
So I had to take the 2-semester anatomy and physiology. I could have taught it. I would recommend everybody who's having to take an anatomy and physiology class to get the anatomy coloring book.
Ooh. That was not available when I took anatomy, and my anatomy partner was this guy that I had a huge crush on.
Oh.
So I never paid any attention in class. I was just constantly looking at Bob Goose.
I had when I was taking the really hard anatomy, my friend and my boyfriend
baby,
and I
hard
took a
anatomy,
and they let me label them for my test, so that I studied that way.
My lab
finger going so hard. Freya, are you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Chemistry lab partner. Oh my god. I have so many anatomy notes, it's not even funny.
I never took anatomy. Wait.
No. I love comparative vertebrate anatomy, but oh my god, in comparative vert.
No one has ever said that ever.
What?
I love comparative vertebrae anatomy, or whatever that entire sentence was. You just said a brand new sentence.
Anatomy is sexy and cool, okay?
It is. For my comparative vert anatomy, and this was when I was at Meredith, they gave each of us half a cat skeleton. And you had to be able to name every bump and ridge and whether a muscle attached or inserted at that point, and name what the muscle was, whether it was the head, what it was called, everything.
That's pretty cool. It's not from the cat.
I really thought you were going to say they gave you half a cat skeleton and told you to find the other half.
No.
Wouldn't that be a better exam?
Because they gave them to us in like those old-fashioned pencil boxes that we had in elementary school. So like everybody was running around with half a cat skeleton in a fucking pencil box stuck in your book bag so you could hear us coming.
So in college, we had a pig that we had to dissect, take apart, identify those bits. Yeah. But I do remember in middle school, so we had the coolest middle school 7th grade science teacher. She was amazing because she said the word shit in class. But we got to dissect squids in class. And then during our like free period, she let the kids who were giant teachers' pets dissect an octopus. And we ended up stuffing like cotton swabs in its tentacles and like shocking it to make it dance around. If you didn't know this, squids, when you open them, are disgustingly smelly. So the entire middle school, everywhere, smelled like fresh, like rotted fish for like 4 days afterwards. And she was not invited back to teach the next year.
For whatever reason, sharks can't be preserved in formaldehyde. They have to be preserved in some oil.
Paraceal.
Yes.
Paraceal, and it's really oily, and it smells like ass, and it's the only time that I've ever run out of a lab and almost puked.
And it never comes out of clothes.
I'm also allergic to seafood.
I'm not.
No.
I just
Alice,
found
just
out.
have to jump in. You can't be polite.
No, just she knows this.
I'm a little. But we did digital dissections of real people. So I had a folder, just like a Quizlet folder on my laptop of like cadavers. And so I would be studying, and one of my many siblings would walk up to me, and on my laptop in full HD glory would be a dead man's nipple. Every goddamn time, an 85-year-old man's nipple. Because no matter where I was or what I was doing, the slideshow would always open up to the pectoral region of a white old dead guy's nipple.
So there's a meme out there somewhere. There's a meme
and fit everybody else.
Comes on. My dad, who I haven't seen in 35 years, pops in, "Hey kid, what you watching?" as the nude scene or the sex scene begins.
Oh yeah. No. Have kids, because they'll always walk in.
Or kids, yeah.
Always.
It never fails that when I'm watching good television, my husband walks in during the shittiest, dumbest part. I'm like, of course you won't watch the show because they're doing something that you hate.
Same problem. My daughter loves anime and wants to watch it all in Japanese, just like her parents. But we have to screen fairly carefully. Especially since both of us tend to like what's called seinen, also known as mature anime. If you like anime, what the wholesomeness that you did not know that you needed in your life is My Next Life as a Villainess.
I will have to look into it today.
It's absolutely fantastic. You'll probably mainline the entire thing. My daughter is watching Fruits Baskets with me, and I read it when I was pregnant with her and absolutely loved it. And I had forgotten that there is some really sexual stuff towards the end. Oops.
Which version of Fruits Baskets? The original or the one with Laura Bailey? Love Laura Bailey.
Who's Laura Bailey? We watch everything in Japanese.
I guess that's your answer.
Never mind. I always watch the dubs because I'm both deaf and blind.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. I watch a ridiculous amount of Korean dramas, so I watch everything subtitled. And I have hearing issues, so I watch everything subtitled anyways.
Did you know that they're making a Korean version of Leverage? I'm so excited.
No, I am excited about that.
They've
made a couple of American versions of Korean shows, too. I am currently on a kick where I'm watching all of the things that were originally webcomics that are Korean TV.
Well, The Good Doctor was originally a Korean TV show.
That's correct. I am currently watching Rugal, which is a Netflix original and was originally a webcomic because it stars my favorite Korean actor. And he's actually doing a lot of action stuff rather than the romance that he used to do, which is kind of glorious because that's what I like anyways.
I find it endlessly amusing that Alice is fascinated with physiology and bones and skeletons and skulls and death because I traumatized her twin sister by telling her she had a skeleton inside her. I don't think Grace has ever recovered from that.
Somewhere else.
We went to the Pig Jig 2 years ago with a big barbecue cook-off where all the Mason Lodges do a barbecue, and it's all for charity.
That's really good. Holy shit.
One of my friends came, her 2 children, one of whom is my daughter's best friend, went, and somebody was kind enough, because her oldest child is obsessed with bones, gave her most of a spine. And this child was so upset that they had to leave the spine behind.
This is a raccoon vertebrae.
Cool. Yeah, I know. It looks like a thoracic.
It's on a necklace.
So I got to play with human skulls a lot.
You promised me bone jewelry. Where is it?
It's in my hands. Oh shit! I broke it. This is a cervical vertebrae. This is a lumbar.
You broke it?
Somewhere.
You broke your.
I broke the jewelry. I didn't break the spine. I made it myself, so it's also I'm very clumsy. But this is a cervical vertebrae of a raccoon named Gerard, who's sitting on my shelf back there. This is a thoracic, and I have a.
How nice! You named it after your father.
Yeah, he was not thrilled about that. Let me tell you, he got over it, but I did name the raccoon after him.
Can I actually say something that may be controversial? I don't know.
I'm offended.
I have gone hunting. I grew up with all the men in my family hunt. We always hunt for meat. It's a thing where if you're going to kill it, you have to eat it. and you want to use all of the parts for things. It doesn't matter what you use them for, but they need to be used. I was exceptionally upset that the first time I ever went hunting and I killed a hog, I was also the only one who killed a hog. And the joke is that the Heinemeyer girls always bring home the bacon.
Boo!
Oh, yeah. No. It's
Boo this man! Boo!
No, all of my girl cousins will go out to the ranch with their boyfriends or husbands or whatever, and all of us will like kill feral hogs, and the husbands and boyfriends get nothing. Because we're like, woo! Bringing home the bacon.
Never shot a gun.
I can take you.
I would love that.
Happy to take you.
So I only held a gun once, and that was at my last job. The stories I could tell, but I held it while I was at my job because one of the people had a concealed carry and just brought it and was like, "Hey, you want to feel this?" I'm like, "I'm having the worst day ever. I'm ready to punch something. I hate everybody. Oh, look, a gun! Thanks. I feel really powerful."
I had my concealed weapon permit for a long time. I used to work third shift in Durham.
That makes sense then.
No,
my husband insisted that if I was going to work third shift in Durham, for his peace of mind, he wanted me to have a concealed carry permit.
Yes.
And he took me to the range and made sure that I could shoot. And the way he put it was, I want you to not have to need me to protect you. And I want you to be able to protect yourself from anyone, and that includes me.
I like the way he thinks.
Yeah. My daughter is 10. He has said that what he thinks about the matter is that he has enrolled her in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai because when she has a boyfriend who does something that she doesn't appreciate, what she can do is come to him and say, "Okay, Daddy, it's time to hide the body." His job is not to handle the boyfriend. His job is to hide the body when it's time to handle when she has already handled the boyfriend. That she is supposed to be capable enough to do this for her damn self.
Good for you guys. That's a very good skill to instill. Not the hiding the bodies part as much as just to being able to protect yourself.
Right. I would like you to recall that my husband is between 6'7" and 6'8".
Right.
And fills an entire doorway. Isa has met him.
All it would take for the two of you to stand next to your daughter, go, "So you're the boyfriend? Uh-huh. Nice to meet you." Not anything menacing, just stare at him, and I think that would put him in his place. But it's also good not to have to do the stereotypical, "You dated my daughter" thing.
She is 10 years old and like 5'4", at least.
You raised a family of giants.
I'm 6 even.
Exactly.
My husband is 6'7", 6'8". He can rest his chin on top of my head, and he makes me look normal sized.
I'm 5'1" and a quarter, and that quarter makes me taller than my mother. So that's all I got going for me. Griffin is
5'2.5" in thick socks.
5'5", and I have 6-inch platform heels.
Nice.
Griffin is 6'3" or 4", and on our wedding day I wore 6-inch. Yeah, I met him. He tall man. Yeah, so Griffin is 6'3" or 6'4". I met him at one of Isa's parties, I think, and one of Jenny and Richard's. Okay, well then Jenny and Richard's party for sure. One of them.
No, I don't think he's ever come. He definitely met everyone.
I've definitely met him once. I could not tell
you when.
He went for the events we've both been to. I've definitely met him once.
No, he never comes. He never comes. He always stays home with the kids.
How the hell do I
not like people?
Maybe I haven't met him. I feel like I've met him. Maybe I just feel like I've met him because we're married to the same guy.
Yeah, that's true.
A little taller.
And Jessica, your husband is imaginary, so.
Hey! You've met him like 3 times now, so you can't say that anymore.
I have argued. Well, no, I didn't. It wasn't an argument. I have handed him his ass.
You think I can afford all the splendor out here on my own?
I mean, like, seriously, this is my family.
Wait, hang on. Let me embiggen you. There you are. Aww.
Do I have one of mine?
All right.
He really does hate like everybody except for his family. He really does.
Seriously, we're married to the same fucking person. Oh, he's gonna love that I'm sharing this lovely one. Where am I?
Here.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, no, come back. Oh well, we tried.
Here, see?
I swear I've met him.
You might have if you went to the goth club like back in the day.
No.
He really does hate everyone though.
Which is why I feel like I would like him.
Really
I hate everyone. I married someone who hates everyone. And I feel like those are the people I attract, are the ones who are like, I hate everyone, stay the fuck away from me. I'm going to cling to you like mad because you get me.
Okay, let's talk
Hang
about.
on, I have to show one more because he's wearing my tiara.
Damn, Freya.
You knew what you were getting into when you invited her, Isa.
I know.
And my daughter is now glaring at me too. Hello, daughter.
Talk some business.
Hi, Barbie
so I
Pink.
can go take a pee.
Hello.
Go ahead. It's fine.
I am
It's fine. Hi, Podling. Okay,
this is Hi, Podling.
We've got one more show in the quarantine pub crawl. And I was planning on doing it in the office bar, but it's possible that because of suggestions
you put it back
from our audience, that an art gallery might be nice. So if anybody wants to log in the comments and give us your opinion, that will make the deciding vote of where we are next week.
All I can say to sway the vote, since I can't vote in the comments, I can't access them right now, is if you do art gallery and I'm ever invited back to one of these things, you can be streamed from my bathroom. I have a Futurama piece of art and a Renault, whatever the hell his name is.
I would like to show my daughter's art. This is the one she did for her birthday.
That's really good.
Crimson Fox.
It is. This is her fox. She is obsessed with foxes. She frequently wears fox or kitty ears. And she's dancing at me right now, very aggressively.
So, 10-year-old, aggressive dancing.
Yeah, but if anyone would like to go with me, Jessica, I am on Wednesday painting the Sakura Blossoms picture that I showed you.
Oh, so I wanted to ask, how does that work if it's virtual? Do they mail you the supplies? Do you have to buy your own?
You can either have them delivered, which I believe is a $5 fee, or you can go pick them up yourself between like 2 and 4 or something. They give you extra paint, which I asked about because I always need extra paint.
Same.
And you get an apron and brushes, and they are selling used easels.
Huh. I will probably skip the pandemic version. I will probably skip the pandemic version, but let's hit each other up on Facebook after this and discuss it, because I would love to do another one of those. I've done 2 art classes. They're a ton of fun.
They do some that are virtual interactive classes where everybody logs in at the same time and they all do the same painting at the same time. So it's just you're doing it at home with it on your screen. Mm-hmm. And they do ones where it is a take-home kit. There's a take-home kit that I really, really like that I'm going to do that's 2 finches in the moonlight on a tree branch. That's might also be a cherry tree.
So cherry trees is the theme of
2 finches in the moonlight, staring deeply into each other's eyes.
Oh, no. What's even worse is that, like, you can tell if I'm going to do a painting because if it has the moon and the ocean and a tree in it, I'll do it. Like,
we're running low on funds. We need Freya to get in here. Put an ocean in it.
Oh, and this is a bath. This is the all-black cat.
Hi, Katie.
Yes.
All right, so Alice's connection dropped. So she can't say goodbye to us.
We scared her off?
No, literally.
Mission accomplished.
Dropped. All right. So we're going to wrap things up. Is there anything else you guys want to say?
Let me see if I can find that painting real quick to show her.
While she looks for that, shoot it to me on Facebook. While she looks for
Okay.
that, can I just request that you take us backstage before you completely kick us out?
Oh, no
When we're
problem.
done. Yay.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for a minute. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here in the Terrace Lounge on the Quarantine Crawl. We've got one more show in this series, so be sure to join us next week at Saturday night, where we'll be wherever people tell me to be. Thanks a lot, and good night.